If you're looking to add some color to your UI designs, maybe try a mesh gradient. Mesh gradients can add that nice splash of color to a design, and even having them animated in the background can look really nice. So in today's video, we're going to dive into Figma, and I'm going to show you how to create mesh gradients and how to animate them. So let's go ahead and get started. Simply put, the easiest way to create a mesh gradient in Figma is by using a plugin. Figma has a few of these, and it behaves similar to how you create a mesh gradient in Adobe Illustrator, if you've ever done that, by kind of moving the handles around to adjust how the mesh looks. You have a lot of customization. You can even choose how many of the different points you have on the grid. So here I have a 4x4, and I can tweak this. I can also adjust the colors that are in this design. And then when I'm done, I can generate an image for my design. So I can then scale this up and throw it in the background. And there I have a mesh gradient for my design. So that's the quick and easy way. But of course we can't animate this. And something tells me you wouldn't have clicked on this video if that's all you wanted to know. So let's create our own mesh gradient and animate it. To get started, I'll hit F on the keyboard to open up the frames. And I'm gonna grab a MacBook Pro 16-inch frame. Next, I'm gonna go up to plugins and I'm gonna grab the blobs plugin. I'm gonna hit run on that and I'm gonna generate a few blobs instead of having to create them by hand. It speeds things up quite a bit. You can change the level of complexity on this, the amount of uniqueness to the shape, and you can even refresh them if you're not liking the preview. So I'll grab a few of these, and then I'll close that plugin. So now we have 5 shapes here, and I'll just size these out and just place them randomly here in my design until I get something that looks pretty good to me. Now that I have all my vectors placed, I'm gonna click on the bottommost one in my layers, hold shift and grab all of them, and then make sure that they're inside of my frame. You'll also want to make sure that when you have your frame selected, clipping content is on. That way none of your content escapes the edge of the frame. Next, for the colors, I'm also going to use another plugin for this one. I'm just going to use color palettes. I'm going to hit run on that. Of course, you can create your own theme and use the colors that you prefer. I'm just going to find one here that I think looks good. This one looks pretty cool, so I'll just hit the plus and it'll add that to my design. So then you can just select each one of your blobs and set the color to a different tone. Hitting I on the keyboard for the eyedropper tool to select that color swatch for each one. Then selecting the frame, I'll set that to the darkest color here. Next up, I'm going to hold shift while I grab each one of these vectors. I'm going to go down to effects and hit the plus icon and change this from a drop shadow down to a layer blur. You can click the sun icon to edit the effects, and I'm going to add a decent amount of blur to this, testing out different values of 300, 400, 500 until I get the desired effect I'm looking for. You can set this value to anything you want, but do take in mind the larger the shape, more likely the larger the blur is going to need to be. I set mine to 500 on the blur, and now that I have that, I'm actually going to select all of my shapes and then hit the eyeball icon to hide the effect. And I'm gonna move some more of these into my design so I have a little bit more color. And I'll continue tweaking this until I get my desired effect. So that's my mesh gradient. Now I'm going to hit this icon here to create a component. And in the properties, I'm gonna hit plus on variant. I'm gonna change the name of property 1 to states. And then I'm going to go down to the bottom and hit plus to create a new one. I'm going to call this mid. And then I'll do that once more. Call this one end. And I can also rename the first one to start. So we've created 3 states of this, the start, middle, and the end. And I'm going to change up the positioning of each of the shapes now. So I'll go in and move these around. And I'll do the same on the last one. Of course, you can turn off the blur effect to accurately grab your shapes a little bit more. And you can also change the rotation on some of the shapes to also change how the mesh gradient blends with each other. So now we have our 3 different states. I'm going to go to the prototype tab. I'm going to select the first state, and at the bottom, I'm going to drag out, I believe it's called a noodle. And then I'm going to set it to after delay of 1 millisecond. So it's almost instant. Then we're going to change the state to mid, since that's where we dragged the noodle to. I'm going to set this to smart animate. And I'm actually going to set it to linear because I don't want it to ease at all. Easing just speeds up and slows down the end, and it makes it look a little funky. So I want it to be nice and smooth to transition between each. So I'm going to choose linear. And then you can set your own speed. I'm going to set mine to 3000 milliseconds. You can even go up to 6000 milliseconds depending on how long you want this to animate. I'll repeat that to drag out another noodle to the end state. Again, setting everything up to after delay, 1 millisecond. Make sure Smart Animate is selected, linear, and 3000 milliseconds. Finally, for the end state, we'll drag a noodle all the way back to the start state and make sure the settings are the same. Once we've prototyped that, I'm going to head over to Design. Then I'm going to hit F on the keyboard for Frame once again, grabbing a new MacBook Pro screen. I'm going to drag in an instance of our mesh gradient. I'm going to quickly tweak my prototype settings and hit play. And you can see our mesh gradient is animating, and the thing looks pretty nice. Another cool thing you can do with mesh gradients is add some noise on top. So you can go to plugins and search for noise. And just hit run on that. You can tweak this to however dense you want the noise, and then hit the check icon. And then you can throw this over top of your gradient. You can adjust the blending mode from like color burn and change the opacity to something like 15 or 20, and it adds a nice grainy effect on top of the gradient. So that can add a little bit more stylized look to your mesh gradient. Here I have an example design. I'll just throw this in the frame. Left square bracket key to send it all the way to the back, changing a few minor adjustments to my design to make it look good. And so with that, we have a finished mesh gradient animating in the background of a design. And here's another mesh gradient that I used following this same method with this nice green colorway. And so that's going to do it for this mesh gradient video. I hope you guys have fun playing around with mesh gradients and animating them in your UI designs. Also, if you're interested in the completed project file for today's tutorial, that's available to members in the community tab. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, that's there for you to download. But with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you give this video a like if you did. Subscribe for more videos like this every single week. In the meantime, I think you'll like these videos, so go ahead and check them out. As always, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.